There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America.
He's the first person in a long time that's really offered something different, that's really seems to be speaking from his heart.
'Cause I got a crush on Obama and I wait till 2008. Baby, you're the best candidate. I like it when you get hot on Hillary in debate. Won't you pick up your phone? 'Cause I got a crush on Obama and I wait till 2008. Baby, you're the best candidate. Up in the Oval Office, you'll get your head.
I think he's a uniter and he uplifts people, and I think he'll be able to bring people together to get some real issues done.
Hey, it reminds me back in the 60s, man, when it was, you know what I mean, with Kennedy and King, everybody like that. It brought hope back, you know, it brought hope back to me, you know what I mean? It brought that spirit in me, you know what I mean? That I never had before since Robert Kennedy.
I want to change for the country. Obama could do that.
We get some hope from what he has to say today.
I'm looking to be inspired, I guess.
I think he has what we need right now.
And I originally came to Chicago to work on behalf of communities that needed help rebuilding after the devastation of steel plants that had closed on the far south side of Chicago. But the best education I received was working with people in the community on a grassroots basis, because what it taught me was that ordinary people, when they are working together, can do extraordinary things. I realized that
this is a guy who wasn't handed anything, wasn't ever bitter about it, overcame it, you know, and then when he got the tools, you know, Harvard education and Columbia education, you know, stayed true to his ideals and said, I'm going to go put this to work in the community. You know, when you look at that, it's hard not to look and say, this guy's the real thing. This is what we've been searching for, somebody who is not just idealistic, but is willing to put his idealism on the line and say, okay, we can change things.
You'll find people who will say, I don't agree with him about several of the key issues, but I feel like I trust him and like him. Mm-hmm. And so I'll give him a pass on the things that I don't. Probably the most notable thing about him as a campaigner is the attention that's been brought to his rhetoric. Yes. You know, somebody who was really gifted with language and with words, being a credible candidate. I think what was interesting about that speech is that it marked something early on that's become one of his kind of signature elements, which is resisting the traditional partisan and ideological divisions, but doing so in a way that's not just empty platitude. So I think probably the most interesting part of that speech is when he talked about the red states and the blue states and said, you know,
we coach Little League in the blue states, and yes, we got some gay friends in the red states.
That was just a much more powerful way, I think, of making this appeal for common ground and transcending normal divisions than most people who've tried it have done.
Change will not come if we wait for some other person, or if we wait for some other time.
He's emphasized these themes of hope.
We are the hope of those boys who have so little. We are the hope of the future. The audacity of hope.
And inspiration and change.
Change is what's happening in America. It's also about what you, the people who love this country, the citizens of the United States of America, can do to change it.
In ways that I think are genuine and sincere, but really distinguish him from most candidates.
With all of the partisan bickering back and forth and all of the fights in Washington, special interests, and just how negative and divisive campaigns have become, that it was, here was a guy who's going to run and say, things can be different.
In their hearts that this time must be different. this time can be different because this campaign for the presidency of the United States of America is different. It's different not because of me. It's different because of you. Make this time different than all the rest.
There's a consistency and an authenticity and a repetition of this message that keeps coming back and back and back. You know, if you look at the first TV ad that he cut for the U.S. Senate at the end when he did this disclaimer, he said,
I'm Barack Obama.
And
I'm running for the United States Senate to say, yes, we can.
And so you hear, yes, we can all the time, even now.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
To say, yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Thank you, New Hampshire. Thank you.
That was the first TV spot in 2004. The slogan, you know, change we can believe in. You know, it's change, it's we.
E pluribus unum, out of many, one. A belief that we're all connected as one people. To a chorus of millions calling for change. We are one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the Stars and Stripes, all of us defending the United States of America. We are not as divided as our politics suggest, that we are one people, we are one nation, and together we will begin the next great chapter in the American story.
It's not just change because change is in vogue now. This is a guy who's been about change all his life. You've had this perfect sort of amalgamation of message, messenger, and target, where you have a bunch of people who are just dying for somebody who embodies real change. You got a message that's, you know, about changing the system so we can get the things that we want, and a messenger who is absolutely believable.
You can be the new majority who can lead this nation out of a long political darkness.
You know, we can really appeal to people's idealism and get people engaged in the process, because that's the only way you're ever going to beat the special interests. You know, you said you had to create a movement of people who are willing to believe in their democracy again, and not just believe, but to take action.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek.
I'm not going to tell you what to think. It's you and I together agree on the same things, and if we work together, we can get it done.
It's not just about what I will do as president. It is also about what you, the people who love this country, the citizens of the United States of America, can do to change it. That's what this election is all about.